Hey, this is Pakulski and welcome to the MI40 University. Today we're going to discuss the 5 essential supplements for growth. Everyone wants to get huge. Everyone always asks, what should I be taking? What is absolutely essential, whether it be that you're on a budget or you just want to make sure you're making the most of your time and your efforts. There's 5 things that everyone absolutely must be taking if they want to ensure growth. Number 1, branched chain amino acids. Absolutely essential for anyone who's training hard or anyone who's going to the gym, period. Remember, your body is always either growing or it's breaking down. It's either anabolic or it's catabolic. So it's absolutely essential that we always try to keep our body in an anabolic state if we're trying to accumulate muscle tissue. If you don't have a steady flow of branched chain amino acids or essential amino acids or some type of amino acids in your blood, your body has to pull those from somewhere. Your body always needs protein. Your body always needs aminos for detoxing, for repairing tissue. So it's going to pull it from somewhere if you're not giving it to it. By pulling it, I mean it's going to be breaking down your tissues. So always try to keep a steady supply of amino acids, branched chain amino acids, and some type of protein, one of the above, in your bloodstream at all times. So pre-workout, during workout, absolutely essential because those are the first amino acids your body's going to start to pull from. Branched chain amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, valine, your body's going to start using those during training. So typically what's going to happen is your body's going to start breaking down. If we supply a nice steady supply in our bloodstream, our body will be more inclined to pull from what's in the bloodstream as opposed to feeling like it has to pull from what's already in the tissues. Supplement number 2, essential for growth, creatine. Creatine is one of those controversial supplements that some people say is amazing, some people say it's unnecessary, some people say it's absolutely terrible. As far as looking at it from a scientific, physiological perspective, creatine is probably one of those things that absolutely everybody should be taking to optimize growth. It's an energy source, it's great for cellular hydration, it's going to help increase pumps, really, really important stuff. So it's just one of those things that everyone should kind of be taking all the time. Even for neurological and brain benefits, some new research has suggested there's going to be tremendous amounts of neurological regeneration and brain benefit to creatine. So to not take it would almost be essential, it would almost be silly. I eat it myself every day, whether I'm training or not. 3 to 5 grams is all you need. If you're training really hard and someone like my size could take a little bit more, when I'm training really, really hard twice a day, I'll get up toward 10 grams a day because my body tends to metabolize it really quickly while I'm training. So creatine, absolutely essential. No, there's never been any proof that says it's going to help, it's going to increase muscle tears or it's going to increase dehydration. It's complete BS. There's tons of research now that says it's absolutely impossible to be true. Creatine essential for muscle growth, strength, hydration, all of the above. Use it. All right, number 3, supplement that's essential for growth, whey protein. Subjective, maybe, but you need some type of protein supplementation because it's really difficult to get 2 grams per kilogram or 1.5 grams per pound from food sources. And you want to have at your disposal a fast-acting protein source, meaning first thing in the morning or pre-workout or post-workout, you want to have something that's easy to digest. You don't have to eat a big steak or a bunch of chicken or a bunch of fish pre and post workout because it takes time to digest. It takes energy to digest that stuff. So ideally to have a source like whey protein or essential amino acids or some type of protein. You could rotate in some beef protein. I'm not a fan of casein protein. You could rotate in some vegetable proteins. Those are great as well. Rice protein, pea protein, those are amazing. But I suggest rotating your proteins. But the staple for most bodybuilders for growth, if you're not intolerant, you're not allergic, stick with whey a lot of the time. It's definitely superior bioavailability, it's definitely superior absorption. So whey protein isolate, whey protein hydrolysate, amazing. That's essential number 3. All right, we're on to essential number 4 for muscle growth. This one's kind of out in left field. You may not think this is a logical one. This is not one that everybody thinks about. Probiotics. Why is probiotics absolutely essential for muscle growth? Well, it's not really necessarily correlated with making your muscles bigger per se. But what it is correlated with is healthy digestion, a healthy gut, and a healthy immune system. If you're sick, you can't get in the gym. If you're not digesting your food, you ain't going to assimilate it into protein. So make sure your gut is very, very healthy by always be supplementing with probiotics. The best time to take probiotics has been suggested to be in the morning or in the evening. So allow it to kind of populate the culture to populate your intestines. So if you take it with food, it may not be optimal. It may kind of be flushed through you. But taking it before you eat and then after you eat in the evening seem to be the best times. Numbers, kind of subjective on how much to take on this one. I've heard doses anywhere from 10 million to 900 billion. So depending on where you are, how many times you've taken antibiotics in your life or how healthy your gut is, typical dose I think is somewhere around 10 billion cells 1 to 2 times a day. But don't quote me on that. That's something you may want to check with your healthcare provider or your nutritionist or whomever. But that seems to be about typical dose. I've heard people take up to 900 billion for people who have resistance to certain strains or if they've taken a long bout of antibiotics. You got to load up the probiotics. 900 billion is actually a prescription strength. So it's not like it's a bad thing to take that. That's actually what they would give you if you went to the doctor. If you were on some type of IV antibiotics, they'd probably give you 900 billion, which is a lot, right? But it sounds like a lot, but I mean, there's trillions and trillions and trillions of bacterial cultures in our stomach. So 900 billion may not actually be that much. All right, number 5. I think this could debatably be number 1. Greens. It's absolutely essential for digestion, absolutely essential for fiber, absolutely essential for alkalizing your body. You know I'm a big advocate of alkalizing your body. Why? If you're not alkaline, if you're acidic, chances are you're probably not going to be growing optimally. The only time you want to be acidic is during your workout. The whole process of acidosis can actually help growth, or can actually stimulate the growth process. But after the rest of the day, you want to make sure you're as alkaline as possible to make sure your body is synthesizing proteins, is healthy, has a healthy immune system. All these things are correlated with being alkaline. There's a bit of a debate there, but I can tell you definitively, if I'm not taking greens or lemon or some type of minerals to make my body more alkaline, I feel like I'm getting sick. I feel like I'm run down. I'm definitely not recovering as well. So I actually go as extreme to take greens 3 times a day when I'm training really hard. Or I'm not training hard, it's just 1 to 2 times a day. But if I'm in the gym 1 to 2 times a day, really busting it for at least an hour up to 3 hours, 3 servings of greens a day is really not even that much. I've heard of people taking up to 6 a day when you're training that hard, like 1 with each meal. Best time to take greens could be first thing in the morning, could be post-workout, not pre-workout, because remember I said we want to be a little, it's okay to be acidic, we want to be a little acidic during the workout. So first thing in the morning and post-workout are the 2 times that I would say are almost essential for everybody. Then maybe one other time, maybe the second meal after your workout would be a good time. So those are the 5 essential supplements for growth. Everybody should be taking them, everybody must be taking them. There's a bunch of other ones you guys could be taking, but if you're not taking those 5, I highly suggest spending your money and investing in those ones as opposed to pre-workout stimulants, things like that. If you can't recover from a workout, if you don't have the amino acids present, if you're not alkaline, you're never going to grow anyway. So having the energy to work out isn't going to help you. A lot of people are so addicted to pre-workout stimulants because their adrenal glands are very, very taxed and fatigued. By alkalizing your body, you can actually reduce the strain in your adrenal glands. So that's one of these kind of catchphrases that everybody starts talking about is metabolic damage. Metabolic damage is a fallacy that doesn't actually exist, except that it could be adrenal fatigue or perhaps thyroid degradation. So address your adrenal fatigue by stopping pre-workout stimulants, or at least having a break off of them, and healing your adrenal glands with greens, alkalizing, and other adrenal support like tinctures. So there it is, Ben Pakulski, MI40 University, posse out.